Hi, everyone. It's Lori from Crystal Earth Magic. Today, I wanted to talk a little bit about the importance of energetic protection. Okay. I've had a lot of people come to me and say, but I was told that protecting ourselves energetically was fear-based. Okay. So what I want to say to that is, no, it's smart. If you were going blackberry picking, and those of you who have done that know about all the thorns, would you go in a tank top and shorts and flip-flops? No, you wouldn't. You would probably wear a little bit more substantial clothing so that you didn't rip yourself up with the thorns. Is that fear-based or is that smart? See what I mean? So again, building on some of the other videos I've done, it isn't all love and light out there. There's a lot of dark stuff. There's a lot of nefarious stuff. And because we are aware, it would behoove us to protect ourselves from all of that energy so that we are clear, so that we don't get energetic attachments, so that we don't have slimy, yucky energy on us that dims our light. You know, we've all gone into environments where we came out feeling a little less than clear, okay? Pardon me. Places like hospitals, like bars, that, I mean, there's a lot of places like that that have very low energy. There are earthbound spirits, disincarnate entities feeding off the fear and misery and addictions of other people. There's a lot of other places too. We all know it when we walk in somewhere and it doesn't feel right. It can even be our friend's house. You know, it can even be a particular store. I mean, there's certain stores around here I won't go back to again just because the energy is so negative. I'll go to another one. You know, all of us on some level are able to detect when the energy is off in a place, you know, but usually we ignore it, you know, and we think, oh, blah, blah, blah. And then we feel crappy the rest of the day. Sometimes our work environments are like that. And that's very difficult, you know. So what do? If we're aware that we can protect our energy field from anything negative, then why don't we do that? How is that fear-based? That seems smart to me. That seems like part of our energetic cleansing and clearing that we should be doing every day if we want to stay clear in this crazy times. So again, there's a lot of discarnate entities and negative energies roaming the world, okay? Whether they are consciousnesses, whether they are artificial intelligence, it's out there. No one can deny that, you know. We can feel it everywhere. So again, so important to clear yourself. So here's a simple thing to do. If you know you're going in a negative place, and the example I always give my students is, you got to go in Walmart on Christmas Eve, right? Would you just walk in there unprotected? Hopefully not. So, okay, you have to go somewhere where the energy may be off, or even if you're not sure if it's going to be off, but you want to protect yourself. The easiest way to do that is an energetic bubble of light, usually a white or a golden white light. It seems to be the best for most people. Years ago, I was having some issues working in a very negative hospital environment, and I was given something called Athena's shield. I worked with Athena a lot at the time, and she gave me that. And, you know, she's a warrior goddess, right? The goddess of wisdom. And this shield consisted of layers of white, green, and purple, you know. So anything else that you're given by your team in meditation, just so you do something, you just put a bubble of light around you. You know, what I do now is a golden white light around me, around my house, around my property, around my business, and around the neighborhood, okay, and extend out wherever you want. You can also put it around your loved ones, okay, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a second. There are also different sacred geometric shapes that you can put around yourself or whatever you want to be protecting. But right now, we're going to just talk specifically about ourselves. Put that shield of light around you. You can call it the armor of God. Okay, what do you think that was? That was your protective shield. You know, there's clues everywhere. There's clues everywhere. This isn't something new age and woo-woo. This is something that's been talked about by the masters forever, the armor of God. is protecting yourself with an energy shield. Your intent is everything. You can ask your guides and your team to help you maintain that shield, especially if you have a very busy day. I know that when I was working in surgery, sometimes it was so busy you didn't have time to even really think. And so I would ask my guides to help me maintain it if it started to dissipate. Sometimes you've got to go to the bathroom, lock yourself in, and put your shield back up. Okay, because everybody's is going to last certain amounts of time. Sometimes they can last for days. Sometimes you got to do it more frequently. It just depends on you, your environments, and whatever. There are many, many variables is what I found. I wish there was one rule, but there isn't. So, okay. Just the bubble of light, absolutely easy. Anyone can do that, boom, in a second. Okay, and ask for help from your team. That's what they're there for, to help you. Okay. Another thing, talking about the sacred geometric forms, there's something called a Stargate that I teach all my students, and that's a pyramid, a four-sided regular pyramid all around you, and then it forms its counterpart beneath you. So you've got as above, so below. You've got a pyramid, four-sided pyramid above and then below you. So you're within that, what forms an octahedron, an 8-sided form. Pyramid up, pyramid down, and you're in the middle. And your intent is to be protected and safe within that energetically. And it's the same thing. You can let that be a crystalline pyramid of light, an octahedron of light, a stargate of light. Golden white light is wonderful. White light is wonderful. Golden light is wonderful. Sometimes it may come up a different color, and that's perfect. Trust. Okay. Trust. But if you don't know and you want to imagine something, imagine golden white light would be my first thing to tell you. But again, as you do this, trust your intuition. Okay. You can put other sacred geometric shapes, such as a Merkaba. A Merkaba is a star tetrahedron. If you don't know what that looks like, look it up. You can put that around you. Again, that is the form, the sacred geometric form of our light body. It's our light body, the sacred geometric form, the Merkaba, or some people say Merkaba, or the star tetrahedron. Put that around you, and you can spin it, different ways, but just putting that around you. And until you know what you're doing and feel comfortable, just let it naturally be there, and it will do what it's supposed to do. As long as your intent is to remain safe. You're not doing it because it is fear-based. If you were walking in, a scary area or had to go into the deep, dark woods all by yourself, put your shields up. Put your shields up. If you have to go into a hospital environment, an ER, right? Because maybe family members are there, whatever. If you have to go into a negative store, or if you're going into, the holidays are coming up, people have parties at bars. A lot of them have very negative energies, and there are disincarnate souls that are trying to feed on other people. And we all know that feeling. Some places are good, some places not so good feeling. Put your shields up. You can go anywhere. You can walk within any darkness if you have your energetic protection. It is not fear-based. And so many teachers teach that to their students, and it is very disempowering. What, we're just supposed to walk through life and take whatever comes? No, we're energetic beings, and we're working on this, and we have to protect ourselves in order to be at our top and our best, and to be able to do our best in this world. Now, okay, if we are at the level of master, someone like the Buddha or Jesus, or Mother Mary, or any number other of sages that have walked this earth, if you're at a master, you're continuously emanating unconditional love. That unconditional love is your shield. That's your shield. Now, most of us, we can feel it when we're in meditation. We can feel it sometimes, right? But we don't feel unconditional love all the time. We're not projecting it. It would be great if we could. When we're doing that, we're in the zone. We don't need any protection. That is our shield, okay? But most of us can't do that all the time. And so we have to use intentional energetic shielding, okay? And it works like a charm, okay? Especially at night when you're sleeping and your consciousness is roaming free, okay? You need protection, in my opinion. So anyway, if you can be an unconditional love, you don't need any shielding. As the masters walk through their life, that love was their shield. Okay. That's how Jesus walked through leper colonies. That's how, any number of beautiful masters walk through whatever situation and were unharmed. Okay. So very important to have that distinction, yeah, great. You can be an unconditional love. Fantastic. Okay. What if you're working with a client and you're working with entities like I do a lot, and you're getting rid of these entities, you're releasing these entities to a happier place, get away from your client where they can't bother anyone else. Okay. Again, that's a separate thing that we're not going to get into right now. But what if you're doing that? Would you put up energetic shielding for yourself? Absolutely. Would you put it up around your client in the healing room? Absolutely. Whenever I do a group event, a group class, a group healing, even or when it's one-on-one healing, there is always a sacred space that we create. What is a sacred space? A sacred space is an energetically shielded space where only beings of the highest love and light may enter. Okay. No nefarious entities or low astral energies, none of that can come in when you have an energetic shield up. And that's why I always have one around my home and my property and my business as well. But definitely consciously creating one in your healing room, consciously creating one in your bedroom when you go to bed. So important. So again, I just want to make that distinction that it is not fear-based, it is smart. So great. If you can walk around in unconditional love all day long, then you are a master and you don't need my advice or anyone else's, right? So great. Then you don't need shielding. But I think it behooves all of us, especially in these times, since darkness comes after your light. And I once had a teacher, a spiritual teacher, not a human, who said that the light attracts bugs, right? So the higher your light quotient, the more you evolve, the more you shine, you're going to start attracting the darkness to try to dim your light and to feed off of it. Because the darkness can't make its own light. They have to feed off of us. And they would rather feed off the lower energies by putting us into fear and anger and despair. They love to feed off those lower energies. When we're vibrating high, it's like we soured the milk for them. They can't feed on us. So if we consistently keep our energy high and shield, we won't have any of that tapping into us and draining our energy. Occasionally it'll happen. Occasionally people get things attached to them. And honestly, more than ever before in healing sessions these days, almost everyone has something attached to them, whether it's a consciousness, whether it's a reptilian consciousness or a gray consciousness. I mean, there's that too. A lot of times it's demonic, and there's all sorts of discarnate entities who are just looking for that light. They didn't find the light. So there's all levels, from the mundane all the way up to the extremely dangerous and nefarious. So these are real things. And a few years ago, I wouldn't have believed it either, but now I see it every day in my practice. And so these are just a few tips. Just put that energetic shield of light around you with your intention to be safe, and that only the highest love and light can come into your energy field. And notice the difference. Put it around your house. Protect yourself at night when you go to bed. Notice the difference and how much clearer you feel. And we'll talk more about clearing if there is stuff attached. And for most people, there is. No shame in that. Not weird at all, because in this energy, the darkness has less to feed on as we all raise our light quotient. And so they are basically starving, and they are coming after anything that they can. And so, those of us who can see these entities everywhere, it's not a pretty sight, but they're here, and we can clear them, and we can also keep them away from us and from our loved ones. Again, with the loved ones, putting energetic shields around them. If they're children or pets, fine. And pets usually aren't too bothered by that, but sometimes they are. And that's a story for another day. But if it's adults, like say you put a bubble of light around your parents or something like that. I always add according to their free will. If they don't want to tap into it, fine. If they do, it's easy for them to do. Just put that caveat in there, because you're not forcing anything on anyone. Everybody is entitled to their experience and their free will. So try it, put your energetic shield, put your bubble of light up, put your Stargate up, put your Merkaba up before you go into somewhere that is questionable energy wise, and put it up at night. It doesn't hurt anything, and it just takes a second to do. And pretty soon it becomes part of your daily practice, and it's second nature. So let me know what kind of experiences you've had with shielding. Let me know if it changes anything for you, if it makes you feel clearer in the morning, if you do it at night, if it's clearer when you're doing your meditations, if you feel better when you come out of a place that maybe has bad energy. Maybe some of you work in hospitals or ERs or things like that, can have very negative fear-based energies from all of the energy of the people coming in and out, and other things, which we won't discuss at the moment. But let me know if it helps you. Put your shield up. I know when I worked in surgery for all those years in the hospitals, I had to come home and clear myself. And I think in a future video, I'll tell you how I used to do that. You know, you got to clear yourself off. You're hosing yourself off. And for those of you in medical, we're taking a decontam shower, and I would do that every day when I got home. Yeah, and now I don't have to because I put the shield up, but I didn't know about that in those days. So anyway, let me know how you do, or if it makes a difference for you. So this is Lori from Crystal Earth Magic. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great day.